Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is YAHMAD. So in this video we will continue paper 2 from the IGCSE course. We have started in May-June 2021 paper, variant 22. So paper 2 is a practical paper which is 2 hours and 30 minutes long. It includes document production, data manipulation, presentations as well. So in this video we're going to be focusing on data manipulation. So if you check out the previous video, you will see we have completed the first part of the paper, which was document production, and now we're going to be doing task 3, which is going to be database. Okay, so before I start, let me just close down the Word document from the first part of the paper, save the changes. And we will be using the same evidence document from the first part of the paper, obviously. So we'll continue on from this step here. Okay, so task 3, database. You are now going to prepare some reports based on, I can never say this word, duathlon results. If I'm saying it right, my apologies if I'm not. Right, let's go ahead. So before we start, what we need to do is go to the source folder, and we can make up a new database file. So the easiest way is right click, new, select Microsoft Access Database, and you can give your database file any name you want, and then double click to open up your database file. Okay, or you can open up Access and go to File and New and save it like that. It's up to you. Right, so to begin any database task, we will be importing some CSV files. So I think there's going to be 3 tables that we import in total. We're going to start off with this table here. Okay, so to import, you need to click on external data. You may see text file here depending on which version of Access you are using. I'm going to click on new data source from file, text file. And what we need to do is go to your source folder. And the file that we want to import is going to be, I think, this one here. Let me double check. Yeah, J2122 duathlon. Press OK. Next, first row contains field names, and what I'm going to do now, check to see if there's any Boolean fields. If there's not, there's nothing needed to be changed. Let me check. No. So I'm going to leave this as it is. You can go across and have a look at the different types of data types. Normally when it's a Boolean, you go to here and you can change the Boolean field to be displayed as a Boolean, but we're not going to change anything there. Next, do we have a primary key? So set the race number as a primary key. So this is normally the unique field for each record. So the race number, which is going to be this one here. So choose my own primary key, race number. Next, finish. Click on close, and we have the first table. Okay, and I think we are good for the first table. Nothing needs to be changed. That's fine. We can now import the second table. So import the file J2122 categories as a new table in your database. Use these field names and data types. So all of them are going to be text, and we need to set the code as the primary key. So categories now. So let's go ahead and import the next piece of data. So new data source from file, text file, browse, and it's going to be categories. Next, first row contains field names, and all of these data types should be text. Next, and we're going to choose our own primary key, and we're going to use the cat code. So let's confirm. Yes, cat code is going to be the unique field for each record in this table. So you can see it changes for each record. Next, finish. Okay, so we have the categories table also imported. And now what we need to do is we need to import the next table, which is going to be outcomes. And here you can see there is a field that is going to be displayed as yes or no, Boolean. So when we are importing this field, we need to change. So external data, new data source, text file. File we are importing is going to be ended in outcomes. This one here. Press OK. Next. First row contains field names, and ranked should be displayed as a Boolean, displayed as yes or no. So what we do now is, at this point, we need to click on first row contains field names. You go to advanced and you change that to a Boolean data type. Press OK. Do we have any primary keys in this table? Let's have a quick look. Set the start code as the primary key. Not stat code, sorry. Okay, so this is going to be the primary key. Next, and finish. So what we need to do with this field here, or with this table here, is we need to make sure this ranked is going to be displayed as yes and no. So you click on yes or no, you change the format here to yes and no, and also look up, you click on text box, and then this should display yes or no. Save the changes, and we are done. So now for evidence 5, so yeah, that's where we got up to in the evidence document. You need to place screenshots showing the primary keys, field names and data types used in all 3 tables. So 4 marks available here. So these should be 4 easy marks that we should be picking up. So let's open up each table. Actually, which was the first table that we imported? It was this one here. So let's take a screenshot of the first table. I'm missing this, if I can move this down anyway, because I can't. Okay, I might need to take a couple of screenshots here because I can't see underneath the cat's code. No problem. So let's take the snip of this first of all. So this is the first table that we imported. And we go up to cat code. You can see the primary key, you can see the data types, you can see which table we're referring to. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to come down, and then I'm going to just take a screenshot showing all of the fields from this table. Okay, so that was the first table. The second table that we imported was categories, I think. So let's go to here, design view. Okay, that's nice and easy. You could take a nice simple screenshot showing that table. Everything is set to short text. Okay, and then the final table is outcomes. Okay, and we can also display this at the bottom. So this field was formatted to a Boolean, and the format is Boolean down here, yes and no. Copy and paste. Okay, save the evidence document. So we've got some print screens. For the first table I had to take 2 print screens because I couldn't show all of the codes below cat code. So it's fine if you want to take multiple screenshots. Let me just move that to the next page. Okay, and we are done with the evidence for the tables. Now we need to create the one-to-many relationships. So what we do is you can close down all the tables, click on database tools, and we can click on relationships. Add all three tables by double clicking here, and you can see in each table we have primary keys which may be used to create the relationships. Okay, so let's see. So set the cat code field in the categories table. Okay, this field here, and a cat code field in the duathlon table. So create one-to-many relationship links. So let me say that again. Create one-to-many relationships as links between the cat code field in the categories table and a cat code field in the duathlon table. So it's going to be this field here linked to this field here. One-to-many relationship. Click on create. That's the first link. And a stat code field in the outcomes table. This one here. And I'm guessing it's going to be to this field here. And stat code field in the duathlon table. So we can link it to here. Again, it's a one-to-many. And let's take our screenshots now. Okay, so we can have multiple screenshots. So the first screenshot we're going to have is going to be this one here. Shows the relationships between the primary keys and the foreign keys. Copy. And is it evidence 6? Yes, it is. Paste it in. I'm also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click on these lines here and take a picture of this box as well. And it shows the evidence type, okay, the relationship type, should I say. And double click on this line. Okay, done. So if we close down this now, and then we go to the tables, you can see this is one record linked to many records from other tables. Okay, so in this category we have lots of different people. So one category and there's many people linked to it. Okay, these are all of the different participants. And we have different outcomes, and again many participants for different outcomes. Okay, so that's that done, and we've done the evidence as well. Let me save the evidence document. Okay, and then now we are ready to move on to this question here. So we need to enter the following details as a new record in the duathlon table. So sometimes they may ask you to create a form. In this case we're just going to go to the very bottom and we are going to add this new record. Okay, so let's go to the very bottom. There's lots of records already here. Okay, so let's add this information here. So we got Dean. Guys, obviously in the exam you would be required to type in this information, so make sure when you are typing you're not making any spelling mistakes, you're entering the data as it's shown on the question paper. I can obviously copy and paste, which makes my life a bit easier. So this is a GBR. Okay, and total time is going to be this. So make sure you enter the data shown, including the colons. Okay. Nearly finished. It's taken a while. Got there nearly. So and then fin, and then I'll type that in. I think was it 35? 53. 53. Done. And save. Done. Close that table. And yep, since I copied and pasted, it should be fine. Obviously, guys, if once you've done that, please check for any mistakes. So we've saved the data. Okay guys, we're now on to question 22, and then this is now where things may get a little bit confusing. So we have to create a report, produce a tabular report, okay, using fields from all of the tables. Let me just change that back to the other color. Okay, and we need to identify what we do in a query and what we do in a report. So these yellow bullet points refer to the tasks which we do in a query, and you can see for both of these questions coming up, I've highlighted a query and a report task. So green is for report and yellow amber is for query. So basically, before we can make the report, we need to create a query which selects the fields shown here, and then we may need to enter some search criteria. Okay, so let's go ahead and create the query. So query wizard, and what we're going to do is select the fields that we need to use. So the first few fields are race number, first name, last name. Where is so race number, first name, last name, nationality, race category, status and ranked. I think it might be in the last table, so status and ranked. Okay, next. Okay guys, when you get to here, I always include the title that's going to be appearing on the top of the report, also for my query. So I like to keep the same name for my query and for my report. So enter the title here and finish. Have a look at how many records we're starting with. So it's going to be plus 1000. We obviously now need to filter these results, so you come to design view. The first thing is race category is elite-pro. So race category is this one here, and we're only looking for this here, this piece of data. So underneath this tick for the criteria, you can enter elite pro, exactly as it appears on the question paper. And you can see we're now down to 94 records. Okay, so we've done that. The next thing is the stat code does not include fin. So this is something that we need to add. So stat code. Let me try that again. There we go. So we've added the field, and it should not include fin. So what you'd have to do is you can write less than, more than, and then fin. So this will find anything else apart from fin. And now you can see we don't see any fins, and we're down to 28 records. So what we've done in the query was we selected the fields, and then we've basically entered the search criteria. Do we need to show this field? No, we don't. So we can unselect this, and we are now ready for the report. Okay, so now we need to lay out this information using the report wizard. Make sure you save the changes. Select all of the fields as shown here from the query. Okay, I'm just checking everything. All of the fields are showing. There's no grouping. Right, do we have a sort? So descending order of status. This is now report task, so I'm going to highlight this into green. Status is going to be descending. Okay, the page layout is going to be portrait. Done. We're going to insert the title again. Make sure you're not making any mistakes, because this will be displayed at the top of your report, and it needs to be displayed in a larger font at the top of the page. So finish. Okay, so here's all of the fields shown. Okay, what I'm going to do is click on close. I think there's another field at the end which is not shown in full. This one here, I don't know if you can see. It's the last field. There we go, ranked. So you just need to be careful. Make sure all of the fields are shown in full. So if I go to layout view, since we've done the sort on status, it's appeared as the first field, but we need to put this field back in the right order. So status comes just before rank, so it's the second to last field. So what we can do in layout view is, if you press the field name and then control, you can select the field heading and the data, and we can move this across like this, but I need to make some space. So we start off with race number. Make sure all of the data is shown in full. Then the first name. Just careful, I don't want to make sure any of the data is cut off. Bernadette was the longest name, it seems. Okay. Nationality. Not status, is this one now. Next, whoops. Then status. Then ranked. Done. Okay, so fits on a single page. Let's check to see if this is the case now. So if we go to print preview and let's zoom out. First of all, check to see the fields in the right order. Yep, race number, first name, last name. Status is second to last. The title automatically appears in a bigger font, so no need to change. Yep, fits on one page. Yep, across, and you're one page tall, which is great. If you wanted to change the title to make it a little bit bigger, you can go to design view. You can highlight the text, and if you wanted to make it even more bigger, you can do just by going to home and increasing the size. Doesn't really make any difference. Obviously it makes it a bit bigger. It still fits to one page. Okay, done. So normally it doesn't mention displaying the title in a larger font, but if you want to increase the size, you can do. If you go to access, you'll see now the query is the same name as the report, so I know this refers to this report. Okay, which makes our life easier when we have multiple queries. Right, end of this question, what we need to do is to ensure your name and center number and candidate number is on the report. It doesn't say where. It could be anywhere you want. Okay, so let's pull it at the top. We can pull it here. So in design view, we can add a label. So that's my name. Was it center number next? Yep, center number and then candidate number. So center number 5678, candidate number 1234. And save, and then you can send this to a printer. If you do print it out, guys, and if you spot any mistakes, you can go ahead and print again as many times as you want. So you need to make sure all of the data is shown in full, nothing's overlapping or cropped off. Okay, I think I'm happy with this question, so we're good to move forward on to the next question. Looking at the next question, actually guys, make sure when you do print you can see your name on your file, but I think the name was at the top anyway. Right, looking at the next question, this one does appear to be a little bit more complicated. We're still going to create a report. We still have to create a query before we can make the report. So again, you can see I've annotated the question. So the yellow bullet points are what we're doing a query, and a query comes before the report. So okay, let's start. So we're going to create the query using these fields here. Okay, and one of the fields, athlete_age, is going to be a field that we will be creating. So we're going to be creating this field at some point. Okay, so let's create the query. Obviously, we will include that field once it's been created. So make sure you do select the fields from the table, not the previous query. So let's see what we need to select. So first name, last name, nationality. First name, last name, nationality, gender, year of born. So it's not here. Gender, year of born. This one we have to create. Run_1. T_1. Bike, and then T_2. Run_2. Total time and position. Okay, next, like the previous task, the same title that will appear at the top of the report. We can also include it as a query name as well. Finish. Okay, so starting off again with 1000 plus records, you can see down here. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to add the first search criteria. So nationality is going to be GBR or IRL. So nationality is this field here, so we want to show just two different nationalities, so GBR or IRL. So you need to include or to include the different options. If you wanted to add another nationality, you can write or and write the next nationality. IRL. Run, and we're down to 157 records, so you can see the nationality is just the two we selected. The gender is going to be male, so we can type here, whoops, it is, yeah, male. We're now down to, you can see it's all male now, 97 records, all male. Okay, and I think they were straightforward. Let's have a look at the next one. Year of born is between 1982 and 2011 inclusive, so I think we have to include them. So year of born. So what we can do is we can write between 1982 and 2001. Click on run. You can have a click here and have a look. So 1982, 2001, and we're down to 42 records, so that's right. Okay, so that's all of the search criteria done. So I think the keyword was between. Okay, actually tells you what to do pretty much, doesn't it? So right, okay, now we're going to create a new field called athlete age, which is calculated at runtime to deduct year of born from the current year. Okay, so the current year is 2021. Format this field to display in the integer format. Okay, so let's see, what do we do? So to add a new field, let's come to the very end. Nope, that's not what we want. I want to copy the name of the field, which is here. And then what you do is you enter a colon. Okay, and it's going to be year of born, which is an existing field, so we put that into square brackets. Oh no, let's put in 2021 minus year of born. Close the square brackets. So 2021 minus year of born. Click on run, and I'm hoping this gives us the age. Okay, so 24. I'm trying to find someone that was born around the same time as me. I was born in 1984, so I'm 37. Yep, that's right. So I'm just checking. So that's my age, guys, for anyone that's interested. 37. Okay, so format this field to be displayed as a integer format, which it is. There's no decimal numbers. We can save. Okay, and we can move forward. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move this field so it's between year of born and run_1. So if I just highlight like this, and we can drag it to this position here. Save. I think we've done everything in the query. Yes, we have. Okay, make sure the data is not going to be grouped. That's something we do in the report now, so in the report wizard. Okay, right, so let's go ahead and create the report wizard. So you click on create report wizard. Well, athlete age is still at the end, it doesn't matter, we can just fix the order later. So select all of the fields, the next. Yeah, make sure there's no grouping. If it was like this, it would be grouped by gender, but it's all male anyway. So select the second table to ensure there's no grouping. Is there a sort? Sorts the data into ascending order of nationality. Okay, and descending order of position. Okay, next, the page orientation is going to be landscaped. Next, and the same title that we used to save a query and will be displayed at the top of the report. You can enter here as well. Make sure you're not making spelling mistakes. You enter capital letters when shown. Okay, finish. Okay, so we have the report. Obviously the data is not shown in full, so this is now where we go to the layout view, and we need to put the fields back in the right order. Okay, so and make it fit to a single page wide. So these are the tasks that we're doing now. So first name, last name, nationality. So I'm pressing Control to select the field header and the data. I'm going to move that just after last name. And transition, I'm going to move or position. Just going to move that over here as well. So when you sort, the fields become the first fields on the left, but we need to put the fields back in the right order, so that's shown in full. Next thing, we need to move over is last name. Just check and see if all of the data is shown in full. Last name, nationality, gender. Year of born, then athlete age. So this is a part which can take a while, so obviously you just have to be a little bit patient. athlete age, after athlete age, run, and then T1. Where's position go? Positions at the end. So it's a run and T1. Yeah. I think we can move this across slightly. Make a little bit more space to move everything across. Okay, move the position towards the right, and then bike. So almost done, guys. Like I said, this is a part where you'd have to be a little bit patient and just spend a bit of time. So after bike, it's T2 and run 2. And after run 2, total time and position. And we are done. Fantastic. So let's go down and see if all the data is shown in full, fits one page wide. If you want to go to print preview, whoops, Daisy, what am I doing? Zoom out a little bit, and it's on 2 pages, which is fine. 2 pages tall, but 1 page wide, which is what it was asking. Okay, yeah, single page wide, but too many pages tall, which is fine. Okay, done. Calculate the number of athletes and places at the end of the report, formatted as an integer. So each record is basically an athlete. So what we need to do is go to layout view, and what I'm going to do is just click on this field here. It doesn't really matter which field. We can count it. So last name. I've clicked on last name because then it gives us a bit of space to add a label to the left. You go to layout design, totals, and count records. Should have a number at the bottom, 42. Same from the query. Okay, and it's an integer, it's a whole number. You can see 42. Has a label to the left of this value, number of athletes. So we can go to design view. And what I'm going to do is just move this more towards the left. Label, number of athletes. Displays only your name, center number, and candidate number in the footer, so it appears in the same position on every page. Make sure no other data is displayed in the footer. So what we want to do is display your name on every page in the footer. So we need to come to here, page footer. Get rid of any other boxes that you see here, because we don't want to display anything else. And then get a text box again, and you can write your name, center number, and candidate number. Center number 5, 6, 7, 8, and candidate number 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if we go to print preview, your name is here, and then your name is also here in the footer. Okay, done. Okay, so guys, you can see clearly the difference between what we did in the query and what we did in the report in both of these questions here. So when you do print out, check the print preview view to see if your name appears. Double check to see if the field's in the right order, nothing's been cut off. If you're happy, then you go ready to move forward. Okay, let me change the color back to yellow now. Evidence 7, guys, we need to show a screenshot showing the database formula used to calculate the number of athletes. So that's basically this print screen here. So evidence 7, can make that a bit bigger if you want, so it's nice and clear. Save the changes to the evidence document. Done. And export the report created in step 23, which was the last one, called Senior Male UK Results. Let me just double check actually. Yeah, that was there. Save changes, save changes. So we need to export. So you can right click, you can select export, but what do we export it as? Let me double check. In a portable document format, so PDF. Save the exported file in your work area with a file name senior. So right click, export PDF with the file name shown, and click on publish. Close. So if you go to your source folder, there's the PDF file there. And for the evidence 8, we have to take a screenshot and display this. We need to display the file type as well for the evidence. Okay, so let me go to my snipping tool. So there's the file, there's the format, okay, and that's where we saved it to, showing that you've got it in your source folder. Okay, done. Save. And I think we've come to the end of databases. Yes, we have. So databases, guys, is the hardest part of this paper. With a bit of practice, you will see pretty much every database question is the same. You have to import some CSV files, create relationships, and then complete a query and report tasks. But hopefully, if you practice a few papers, watch a few videos, you should be fine. Okay, guys, we're at the end now, so please drop your comments below. Please like and share this video. Please subscribe, and good luck in your exams. Take care, and all the best. Bye bye.